Drawing sharp criticism on Twitter over a campaign sales tweet it sent out yesterday. The campaign advertising hooded sweatshirts for sale just 3 days after President Obama chose to comment publicly on the shooting death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, who was wearing a hoodie when he was shot. As we reported here yesterday, it's highly unusual for the president to comment on shootings publicly, even the hundreds of shooting deaths that have taken place in his hometown of Chicago each year since he took office. They've gone without presidential comment. So why would his campaign suddenly advertise hooded sweatshirts in the middle of a national controversy, in part created by the president himself? And the ad run by the campaign reads, in part, quote, "Let everyone know whose team you're on with today's merchandise steal, the college-style hooded sweatshirt." Well, joining us now, Dr. Keith Ablow, psychiatrist, a member of the Fox News Medical A-Team. Great to have you with us, Doctor. Let's start with, first of all, this comment, the president choosing to make a public comment on Trayvon Martin, a tragic incident. Your thoughts?
Well, it's outrageous to me. It's beneath the office to be reaching into one case as opposed to many others. There are tragedies. Believe me, I'm a forensic psychiatrist. There are enough tragedies to go around that if the president wanted to comment on all of them, that would be his whole job. It's irresistible to this president to enter the fray when there seems to be an opportunity for a kind of furious splitting. How can I make a comment that aligns with those I feel are oppressed and marginalizes those I feel have been oppressive? And that is a call to the president he can't seem to resist.
Yeah, and the president, the White House, trying to walk back the comment by saying he wasn't reacting because it's a racial issue, but rather because out of a parental instinct, saying that if he had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin.
Look, if the president had a son, he wouldn't look anything like Trayvon Martin. He'd be wearing a blazer from his prep school. He'd be driving a Beamer. And he'd be surrounded by Secret Service, for that matter. So, you know, the president's saying, I can only feel for this kid because physically he would resemble me, is absurd. What about the rest of us? It makes other people, I think, feel marginalized. What about the united view that everybody appreciates what it is to lose a son of any color? What about that?
So
we can't get that from this president.
Yeah, and that would be such an appeal to the universality of the pain, and it's peculiar.
Terrible pain.
Yeah, and the media. It seems to be in certain points. I would not put the primary responsibility on the media. I would put it first with those who are seemingly trying to exploit this situation, this tragedy. But the media, the New York Times, using the expression "white Hispanic" in describing George Zimmerman, the person who shot Trayvon Martin. These kinds of, I've never heard the expression before.
No, but listen, it's time probably, it's been overdue that we believe the data. Like as a psychiatrist at a certain point, when you get a diagnosis, you say, okay, look, absent something that refutes this, this is the diagnosis. A president who hangs around with Reverend Wright, whose wife said she was never proud of this country, has an edge. He's got it in for this country. And at moments when there's an opportunity to fracture the unity, he does. Why can't it just be that he's drawn to do that? And the result are things like the New York Times reprehensibly saying that a Hispanic person who struggled with his own issues in terms of its acceptance is actually a white Hispanic. Don't think of him as oppressed or having struggles. He's part of the major race here that has oppressed others.
Dr. Keith Ablow, as always, thanks. We appreciate it.
All right, Lou.